Hi everyone, it's Claire here from the Wellness Project. I'm so excited today because I'm chatting with Carolyne Gowen, my meditation teacher. Now, I'm going to be totally honest, this is actually take 2 of our interview because quite stupidly, the last time we did this, I forgot to record this with video. So here we are, we're having another go at it, but we know that this is going to be even better than the first conversation. Now, Carolyne and I first met about 2 years ago, maybe 2.5 years ago now, when I did her meditation program, which is a 4-session program. And it basically changed my life. Learning how to meditate, just so much unfolded for me. I started to tap into my truth and started to manifest the most amazing life. And the life that I have today, I strongly connect to learning how to meditate. So I really wanted to introduce Carolyne to you, but also to dive into a topic for women's health, which is basically looking at the endocrine system. So without further ado, I'll go straight to Carolyne now. Hi, Carolyne.
Hi, Claire. How are you, darling?
I'm good. Thank you so much for being here again today.
Thank you for having me. I feel very blessed.
Oh, I'm blessed. I like I said, my whole life is totally different because of what you taught me. So what I think we'll do is just dive straight into you describing what it is that you do and the kind of meditation that you actually teach.
Okay, I teach Deepak Chopra's primordial sound meditation, and it's Vedic meditation, and it's from the Vedic masters, and it's been handed down for over the last 5,000 years from India. And basically what it is mantra meditation. Now, mantra is a sound or a vibration that you say and you repeat to yourself. And when you repeat this sound to yourself, you actually quieten that voice in your head that keeps your mind really, really active. And when your mind quietens, it actually has a really soothing effect on your nervous system. And by repeating the mantra to yourself, you'll be able to slip beyond your thoughts into the gap between your thoughts. And it's in that gap between your thoughts where all the stillness is and where all the goodness is. And you open up to love, to peace, to creativity, to infinite possibilities and to infinite creativity. And that's where we want to be spending a lot of our time. And if you just spend 20 minutes meditating twice a day, you will really able to access this, and a tiny glimpse of the gap can have a huge influence on your life. And the more you meditate, the more you have an opportunity to actually spend time in the gap, which is the stillness where all the goodness is.
Beautiful, which is why your business is called Still Your Mind.
Which is why it's called Still Your Mind, absolutely, because that's what you do.
It's amazing. I love that you said even if you just spend a moment in the gap, because being a yoga teacher, I often have people say to me, oh, I want to do yoga, but I'm not good at it, so I don't go, which is always interesting to me because obviously you need to start in order to be good at it. But also even just 5 minutes on a yoga mat makes a difference. And I love that you've just sort of said the same thing about meditation, which is even if you're doing a little bit, it still can have quite a profound impact.
Absolutely. I have a lot of people come to me and they say, I can't meditate, I have too many thoughts. And what you have to realise is that thoughts are a natural part of meditation. Thoughts will always come in, then you slowly repeat your mantra. It's really simple and effortless, and then thoughts keep coming in and then you just keep going back to your mantra. But what's going to happen is that you get to a moment where there's no thoughts and there's no mantra, and that's when you're in the gap between your thoughts. And it's just that simple process repeating itself.
Yes, and it's such a beautiful feeling. I've experienced it a number of times, and obviously not as long as I would like. I'd like to stay there forever, but when I'm there, I just think it just feels so delicious is the best way to describe it. It's just soft delicious. And heavenly. It's just delicious.
I love that. I love that. You know when you're in the gap because you have a feeling of expansion and you have a feeling of grace and bliss. It's a divine, and delicious is just the right word.
And it's amazing.
That word.
Yes, you can steal it. It's amazing though because you're still very much aware of your surroundings. Like you're still on that chair and you can hear the guy gardening in the street down the road, but it doesn't seem to quite affect you anymore, and you're not sealed in a bubble, but you're just, it's okay. Whatever is happening outside of you is all okay because where you are is just this safe little cave of deliciousness.
Absolutely. You're experiencing 2 worlds at the same time.
Yeah.
It's what you call transcendence.
Amazing. Okay.
Amazing.
It's interesting. The other day I just finished teaching a yoga class and this girl had come up to me and said that she had she was asking me some questions about meditation. And I said, oh, why are you asking? She said, well, I've just actually started meditating. And I used to be such a stressed out person. And I'm a calm person now. Yeah. And that's exactly the main reason why I started meditating, because I was such a stressed person and I was naturally quite strung out. And I think now to hear people describe me as calm and centered, it always catches me by surprise. But I definitely relate it back to learning how to meditate and doing it regularly on a day-to-day basis.
Absolutely. Doing it every day is really important. But however, sometimes life unfolds and we get really busy or really hectic and we might skip a day. And if you skip a day or skip 2 days, just simply go back to it and start doing your practice again. It's like going to the gym or exercise. Just because you miss 1 or 2 days of exercise doesn't mean that you don't ever exercise again. Yeah. You just go back to it the next day. Yes. But one of the reasons it has a really calming effect on you is because your body reflects your mind. And when your mind settles down, your body settles down. So your heart rate and your blood pressure settle down. Your kidneys and liver settle down. Your small and large intestines settle down. And your kidneys at the back and your adrenal glands sit just above your kidneys. It all settles down and your adrenal glands release cortisol, which is the stress hormone. So when your mind settles down through meditation, your body settles down and it gets a complete rest, which is why it's so good for your well-being, which is why you feel so amazing once you've been doing it.
And also there's so much, it's pretty incredible. There's so much research out there now connecting weight gain with that increase in cortisol, people leading such busy, crazy, stressful lives and, eating all the right foods or maybe not, but unable to lose any weight. And it's got a huge connection to obviously that cortisol that's just pumping through the body. So obviously when you learn to meditate, you can also learn to help to lose weight as well.
Absolutely, and stop that cortisol. And a lot of people to try and calm themselves down and to stop that cortisol actually drink more or take more drugs or smoke more or whatever. And as we all know, that has the exact opposite effect on your body. And it gets to the point where your adrenals are just maxed out and it just collapses and you go into a total state of fatigue. And sometimes people just have problems getting up out of bed because they're so exhausted. Yeah. So you just need to do the exact opposite.
Yeah, and I've been there. I've actually had adrenal fatigue and it's not a pretty place to be in and it takes a long time to recover. So I wish I'd found meditation 10 years ago. It would have changed everything. But speaking of obviously stress hormones, and we wanted to talk about the endocrine system a little bit more, can you kind of give me a little bit more information as to how meditation affects the endocrine system?
Okay, I can. There's been over 600 research studies done on the benefits of meditation. And one of the research studies was done by Professor or Dr. Craig Hazard from Monash University down in Melbourne. And he actually found that long-term meditators, and a long-term meditator is defined as somebody who has been meditating every day for 6 weeks, which is not a long time. And what he found is that you actually have increased serotonin, and serotonin is the happiness hormone, and so it increases happiness and self-esteem. It decreases dopamine, and dopamine is an antidepressant. If you know anybody who's depressed or who's on antidepressants, 2 of the best things that they can do is exercise and also meditate because it increases that dopamine. It also increases melatonin, and melatonin helps you to sleep better at night. It helps to fight off cancer. It strengthens your immune system. But what we love about melatonin the best, what I love about it the best, is that it's anti-aging. So it helps you look younger, so it's a bit of a youth serum. It also increases oxytocin, and oxytocin is the pleasure hormone, and it's what is released while you're having sex. Now, by meditating, you're not going to have that pleasurable feeling like you're having sex.
Damn it.
God damn it. But it does release oxytocin. It also increases your body's own opiates, and opiates is your body's own natural painkiller, and it's what runners get when they have that real runner's high. So if you're, running a marathon and you finish the marathon, you go, I feel so fantastic. That's opiates. And it also suppresses the pain in your body. It also reduces cortisol. And as we've just been discussing, cortisol is the stress hormone. And it also thickens the left prefrontal cortex of your brain. And the left prefrontal cortex of your brain is responsible for happiness. So there's no other one other chemical or drug that has the coordinated release of all those health benefits. So it really does have a positive effect on your endocrine system because all of those hormones are being released, which is why it's so good for you. One of the many other reasons why it's so good for you.
So in a nutshell, it's like every doctor in this country and this planet should be prescribing meditation to everybody on a daily basis, considering that there's nothing else that does the coordinated benefits as you've just described.
Absolutely. And more doctors are now recommending meditation. I have a lot of people who come to me whose doctors say to them they have to meditate to, decrease their heart rate and their blood pressure. So doctors are now on the program, which is brilliant.
Amazing.
East is meeting West.
Thank God.
Thank God.
Now, in relation to the anti-aging thing, I have to admit that was definitely one of my main reasons for coming to meditate, obviously amongst other things like stress, but I remember thinking, oh wow, that's a pretty awesome bonus. And I guess this is where she would tell everybody that you are 90 years old. No?
No, I'm not 90.
But I do always marvel at your skin. So if that's what I'm going to look like at 90, I'm going to keep meditating.
Oh, thank you, darling. Thank you. Yeah, it really does have a great effect on your skin. There's a professor, doctor called Dr. Elizabeth Blackburn, and what she found was that it actually increases the telomeres in your body, which are like a little cells, which releases a hormone called telomerase, and all of that has to do with anti-aging. So that's another reason why it's so good for you.
So from a female or a women's health perspective, we're looking at stress management, we're looking at anti-aging, we're looking at something that helps us with our digestive health, our mental health, our emotional health. It's 360 degrees.
It is 360 degrees, and it just makes you a lot more positive and energized and motivated, and it makes you feel fantastic. And, people can take this small amount of time out of their day just to do this, and the benefits are 100-fold. I read something in a book, and it's an absolutely brilliant saying. And this man called Mark Thornton, who wrote a book called Meditation in a New York Minute, he said that, Formula One race car drivers go round and round and round and round the track, and even they have to take a pit stop to refuel and change their tyres. Yeah. By us taking out 20 minutes out of our day, it's us refueling and changing our tyres. It's giving ourselves permission to stop and to contact that stillness, and that's where all the goodness is.
It is. It's delicious.
It's delicious, absolutely.
Now, on that, just quickly, you said 20 minutes a day, twice a day, and I do teach, or I do get a lot of my clients to start meditating. Obviously, I don't teach it in the way that you do, but often I get a little bit of resistance from them. So sometimes we get them to start with, say, 10 minutes a day and then build up. Is that okay? Do you still see that as a benefit?
I absolutely still see that as a benefit. People just have to start, and if you've only got 10 minutes, meditate for 10 minutes. But trust me, once you've been meditating for 10 minutes and you feel the effects of that, 10 minutes will quickly turn to 15 minutes, which will turn to 20 minutes. Now, you meditate 20 minutes twice a day for maximum benefits, but I realise that we're living in the modern world of 2013 and things are crazy. If you can meditate once a day for 20 minutes, you're doing a really good job. But if you can get that second meditation in, even better. I used to work in a job which was absolutely really crazy, and I'd have to go to a lot of functions at night, and sometimes I would just sit in my car before I walked into the launch and just do a quick 10 or 15 minute meditation, so I still got that second one in.
Yes, I learned from you from that. I still do that now. Sometimes before a yoga class I'll meditate sitting in my car outside, and all the doors are locked because I'm thinking somebody's just going to think I'm dead, but it's all good. It's great.
But they don't, so it's okay.
No, they don't. It's true. They walk past. They don't care at all. That's now, I guess obviously you're Sydney based, and I know that you do lots of courses, which is how I learnt from you. But for the people that are interstate, how can they learn from you if they're interested in actually getting some expert guidance?
Okay, if people live interstate, I teach via Skype.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll just work out a time and a day which is suitable for you,
Yeah.
and then we can take it from there. Mondays and Tuesdays I can actually work during the day, but on the other nights it'll be after hours.
Okay, cool. And I know that you have another Sydney-based course coming up in September, is that right?
No, it's been delayed a little bit. It'll be towards the end of the year. It's something called Awakening the Illuminated Heart.
Mm-hmm.
It's by an extraordinary man called Drumvalo Melchizedek, and I have been studying with this man for the last 18 years, and I've literally followed him around the world, and I've done courses here in Sydney, in Washington in America, in Sedona in America, and also in Spain. I love this man, and what you learn is how to go into the tiny space and the sacred space of your heart, activate your beams of light. You learn the creation process. You activate a Merkaba, which is an energy field which is 55 to 60 feet around your body. You go into your heart, and it's absolutely beautiful. And from within your heart, you can create anything that you wish. And it's also the ascension process as well.
Amazing.
So it's amazing.
So would you say that anybody that's a beginner to meditation could still dive into that when you start teaching this?
Absolutely. You can know absolutely nothing and learn Awakening the Illuminated Heart. It's absolutely beautiful.
You know that I can't wait.
So just watch this space, and it will be towards the end of the year that I start teaching. There's been a slight delay.
That's okay. But in the meantime, do you have any of your normal primordial sound meditation courses coming up?
Yes, I do. I have a new course starting on September 17. So it's 3 Tuesdays in a row and 1 Saturday.
Okay.
So it's a complete course, and it's a skill that you have for the rest of your life. You have to just then simply sit down and close your eyes. Amazing.
Well, I can say from my personal experience that, you know, when I first found out about mantra meditation, I was on the hunt for a course to do this. And most people will realize that in Sydney there's lots of people that teach this, but they also charge a really exorbitant amount of money, which, you know, all respect to them. They have every right to charge whatever they want to and whatever they feel is right. But that was a bit of a block for me, the price a lot of these people were paying. And in the end, I found you, and I really respected what you were doing because you were making it much more accessible and less expensive than these other people. And, you know, it's still a decent amount of money, and I valued it because of that. But it didn't break the budget. It didn't break the bank. And it meant that I was able to participate in meditation a lot earlier than I thought I was going to be able to. So for that, I thank you.
Okay, it's my pleasure. It's a gift that everyone needs to have. So that's how I look at it.
And I think that's beautiful. So I really hope that other people get in touch with you and be able to dive into the amazing world of meditation and get all those benefits for their endocrine system and more out of such a beautiful practice.
Oh, you're so sweet. Thank you so much. If any of you out there are interested, you can go to my website, which is stillyourmind.com.au, or just email me at Carolyne@stillyourmind.com.au, and Carolyne has an E on the end.
Amazing. And if any of you are listening and you have that feeling that maybe you're supposed to dive into meditation, turn your head off, follow your heart, and jump straight into it. I can't recommend any other practice that I do more than meditation.
Oh, thank you, darling. And yoga.
And yoga. Yeah, yoga. But it all goes hand in hand. So thank you so much for your time. Again, take 2, and it was definitely much better. But we'll touch base again, and maybe in the future we can talk some more about meditation and dive into some different areas.
Okay, gorgeous. I'd love that. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Have a great day.
Thank you, darling. Bye-bye.
Bye.